This podcast was produced on the land of the Wurundjeri people of the Kulin Nation.
Welcome to Australia.
Aussie.
This is kind of tragic.
Someone who is such a connoisseur of reality television.
The content is hideous.
So sorry about this. Oh my God.
This is The Cringe is Real, a reality TV recap podcast that probes the notion of the Australian culture cringe. I'm Sam Cremian, and on behalf of all Sams, I'd like to formally apologise for the behaviour discussed in this episode. Welcome to the off-season, where I'll be recapping entire seasons of iconic Australian reality shows from the archives. This week I'm joined by my bestie girl Jacob Fisher, who has been bitten by the Traitors bug, to chat about the Traitors Australia Season 2. The Traitors Australia Season 2 aired in August 2023 after a successful first season aired the year prior. It's based off an originally Dutch reality TV format, which first aired in 2021, with a highly acclaimed UK spin-off taking place late in 2022. And there's no word if we will get another season of the Australian version. Jacob Fisher, welcome to The Cringe is Real.
Hello,
Hi,
thanks for having me.
Thanks so much. What's got you cringing this week, babe?
What's got me cringing? I mean, what's more cringe than an 30-year-old adult male learning Ariana Yes and choreography in their room in the morning? No, I'm kidding. That's not the only cringe.
It's good Corey.
It is good Corey.
I like her as a little concrete statue moment as well. Is that what that's supposed to be?
Yeah, I saw some things on Twitter. It's referencing Paula Abdul and Billie Jean. Or I could get the Michael Jackson song wrong, but
yes,
there's some music video she's referencing in that. Plus the song, obviously.
Gonna tell me that a pop girlie is referencing in 2024?
Referencing?
And they say creativity is dead.
But my actual cringe of the week is also to do with that song. It's all of the gay men posting the say it with your chest line from the song with just a shirtless photo of themselves.
Oh, really? Of course.
And
that's
I've already
happened.
seen maybe 15 of them in my feed already, and I'm on Twitter, and I'm like, oh my God, it's been a couple of days. And
guys, she wasn't asking for thirsty pics. Calm down.
They really think they were doing something when they wrote that description on the photo.
Ariana, just saving the world one thirst at a time. Well, my cringe of this week is actually very related to the show we're about to talk about, which is the Traitors. So we're in a bit of a Traitors, I don't know what the word is, a Traitors Renaissance, a Traitors moment.
Yes.
At the moment, we've got the UK's second season on, which is fantastic. You're watching that.
I watched the first
as well.
3
fantastic.
episodes so far.
And the US one, which is pretty much the same thing, but with a bunch of people from reality shows, is on at the same time. And my cringe is that these shows should probably not be airing at the same time. It's very confusing and very strange to watch, especially when you're watching them back to back and it's like, hang on, I just saw a different group of people do this exact same challenge with the exact same camera angles. It's like, guys, do they not realize that in today's day and age, people watch international content? Yeah. And the fans of this show are insane and they watch all of it.
Everyone.
So it's we're going to see it all, guys. Come on. I guess they don't really care. Peacock.
Yeah, they're making money.
They just bought it and they're like, yep, cute.
The people, the diehard fans, I guess, will still watch it.
Yeah, and American audiences probably aren't watching the UK one.
No, because
they wouldn't understand the accents.
They don't understand anything outside of their mainland.
Exactly. But our Aussie version was the first English-speaking version to get a season 2, which is crazy. So they kind of started strong with the first season. Did you watch the first Australian one?
I did.
Yeah. It was cute. It was all normies. There were no celebs.
Yeah.
They kind of did the salt and pepper, some celebs in season 2, which I think was a good
and it was the right amount of them.
Yeah. But when it's a lot. The American one, I want to love it because they're all from these shows that I watch. So I should, in theory, love it. But I think the nature of the show is about, the speculation and the finger pointing. But when you've got a cast of people that are thirsty to be on TV, it's not as fun.
Yeah, they're just kind of pulling stunts to
totally
stay or to make a moment for themselves.
totally.
Or,
They don't-
like,
in that
to
first-
be iconic or
Exactly.
whatever, and it's like that's not the point of the show.
No, and the first American season suffered from that, I think. There were people there that by the end of the game, I still don't even think they knew the rules or what was going on.
Yeah.
They were just like, what?
They'd given up halfway through.
Yeah, totally. They were just like there for the paycheck.
Yeah.
But this season of the American one, I think is better. They've cast more like there's lots of people from Survivor on it. So clearly like they love a good gameplay
Yeah.
moment. Parvati's killing it. Phaedra from Real Housewives of Atlanta and Married to Medicine is fucking amazing as a traitor. Like no one picks it because she's just like sweet and southern.
So good.
But anyway, UK one. Who are your faves? Are you here for Queen Diane? I'm living for
I've just recapped.
Diane's
I've
the mum with the bowl haircut.
Oh, of course. Yes.
She's
the
like,
ginger.
Yeah. And her son
She's-
is also in the game. And I love that they do this in the UK
That's
one,
right,
the
that
little
dynamic.
secret relationships. They're doing better than that couple last time that couldn't even last like 2 days without revealing their secret.
Traitors UK season 1, when that relationship unfolded at breakfast. I think it was like episode 3.
It's amazing.
My jaw was on the floor.
Same.
I was gagged.
I know.
That was insane, actually.
So good. So the Traitors Australia season 2 is an iconic season for many reasons.
Yes.
It's a very controversial season within the Traitors fandom. There's a lot of people that think that it was not great for obvious reasons. I personally fucking loved it, and I think it's one of the best Australian reality TV shows ever made, and we'll get into that later. But a bit of trivia, thanks to the good people at the Traitors Wikipedia. This season was the first season in the whole international franchise where the Traitors outnumbered the Faithfuls before the final episode.
Yes, because it got to only 9 episodes.
Yes.
In the second season, where season 1 was 12.
Exactly. They were like, oh shit.
So it ended.
They were like,
It
these
ended.
dum-dums really aren't figuring it out.
Yeah.
I love they even get called the dum-dums.
The dum-dums.
It's like, ugh. It's also the first season where there are more than 2 traitors going into the finale episode, where 3 traitors make it to the final 3, where the contestants voted to steal rather than to share during the Traitors Dilemma, where no prize winner was declared, and where no prize money was paid out to any contestant. So you can see why a lot of people, like, it should be like a not very satisfying ending, but it is. Because you get the fucking look on Sam's face when he doesn't get a cent, and it's fucking priceless.
What was the girl's name?
Camille,
that's right.
the cop.
Yeah,
Love her.
she had an opportunity at the end there to do something really iconic, and she went for it.
Yeah. It's also the season that gave us Annabelle, who is a fucking queen.
She was queening out the entire moment. The moment she walked into the room, she was queening.
Channel 10 needs to get her the fuck on another show. Put her on
something,
Survivor, put her on fucking anything.
Something.
Give her her own show. Like, she was a joy to watch.
She was
her
great
in that
reality
90 look, the like sort of the Trixie Mattel 90 on like Ep 2 or something. Anyway.
I just remember loving she had like clips, little
Yes.
butterfly clips in like the top of her hair. It was
She served
very cute.
looks and she served sound bites.
Yes. There was a few look queens in this season.
There were.
A few, yeah.
And they probably should have been focusing on hunting traitors instead of looking out.
Yeah.
Because Annabelle was actually onto it. And I feel like if there were some fucking smart people in there for her to play with, she would have ate.
Yeah.
But they were...
Everyone else was just dumb and they distracted.
But it made for great TV. I think if you're one of those people that like is really into the game mechanics of a show, you'd probably get frustrated with it. But I'm here for the drama. So I just thought it was phenomenal television.
It was... I was so gagged at the end. It was just like that last 5 minutes.
Oh.
And they're just standing there in silence, like the other bearded one, Blake, he was just like crying.
Oh my God. He
was crying, and it was just,
It was wild.
And we had watched you'd spent the whole season kind of annoyed that this
they were so shit at it.
And they were so shit at it, and Sam was so good at maneuvering and like.
Look, credit where it's due. He
Yeah.
played a great game, but the way he did it was so annoying
Yeah.
that you were very happy for him not to receive any money.
It was annoying to watch like the whole time. So I get why people
Yeah.
don't like the season, but because of that ending and he like loses out, it kind of made it all worth it. And it was like the
Totally.
best payoff. I was like,
Oh,
it was so
Could
good.
not believe, and I'm so glad I didn't have it spoiled or anything, because if someone spoiled that for you, you almost don't even want to start from the start.
Yeah, you just watch that last bit and be like,
Let's go back to episode 1. So we get a fantastic intro. We get sweeping shots of the hotel that is not as glamorous as the Scottish Highlands Castle, but it's still quite cute.
It is cute.
It's cute. We get Roger. How do you feel about Roger as a host?
I actually kind of like Roger.
Yeah.
It's like he's there and he adds this stupid element to it and he just kind of makes it silly.
They do these dumb camp kind of like, he's always dressed like he's about to go duck hunting or something,
Yeah.
which is a little bit annoying, but when you lean into it, it's cute. And yeah, the writing for him, it's not as good as Claudia Winkleman, obviously, but it's better than Alan Cumming, I think. Alan Cumming really shits me as the host. And I love Alan Cumming, but I just don't think he's right in the role.
Yep.
It just, something about the way, I don't know, he annoys me. So yeah, Roger's good. He explains that there's 20 players, that some are famous and some are freshies. So they give us some glimpses of the famous people. We meet Hannah Ferrier from Below Deck Mediterranean. So when fucking iconic, when I heard she was on this show, I was like, I am watching this show. Yeah. I fucking love her.
Someone put a weed vape pen in her bedroom and set her up.
Drug addict Hannah Ferrier. She's a fucking queen. Like, that show has not recovered since she left. Yeah. Like, she was on it for like 5 seasons or something. Absolutely.
That final
iconic.
season she was in was so good.
It was so good. And then since, like, it's on at the moment and it just, I'm literally watching it now and I'm like, hurry up and finish. It's so boring.
Yeah.
No one has rivaled her as a chief stew. So I'm glad she's like back in Oz. She's like had a baby. She's like getting TV gigs. Fuck yeah. We love that. Did she disappoint me on this show? Absolutely. And we'll get into that later. But
110,000%.
Maybe not a good strategic mind, but she's great at, making a cocktail and serving attitude to charter yacht guests. Luke Toki from Survivor. Have you watched much Australian Survivor?
I've only watched the latest
latest
season.
one, yeah. So Luke Toki, he's a staple. He's one of the like people that Channel 10 loves pushing because he's like the golden boy. Like, he's so charming. Everyone
AFL
loves
player?
him. No, he's not, but he's got that energy.
Yeah.
I actually don't know what he does. He's like a tradie or something.
Yeah.
Like, he was a no one when he started, and now he's like an all-star player. He's very likable, very handsome. There was that actor guy, Guyton.
Yes, from Underbelly.
Rough gig, mate.
That
like,
first season of Underbelly.
But if you're getting acting gigs and they're like, oh, you could go on the Traitors.
Yeah.
I was like, I felt a bit bad for him.
Yeah. I mean, I'm referencing a show that was made when I was in like high school. So
Underbelly was actually pretty big, but yeah, it was a while ago.
That was a long time ago. Yeah. So it's like,
still, I was like, I don't remember.
I think he might do theatre, maybe.
Props. Yeah.
Was there any other celebs?
They're the 3 that we get introduced to at this point.
Yeah.
They're all waiting at the train station. Hannah's like, yeah, working on super yachts makes me a good liar. I was like, okay. And maybe they should have made her a traitor, I actually think.
Yeah.
Because I actually think she would have gotten into it if, like, being given that task, Yeah. But just looking for traitors, like, as a faithful, it's kind of hard. And if you're not into it, why bother?
I don't think I could like be a faithful because I hate not knowing things. I hate being out, feeling like I'm out of the loop.
Yeah,
and it would just drive me so insane. So it would probably be good television if I was, but
I'd be so shit
I know
at
it would drive me insane because I was like,
Totally.
I need to just have the knowledge of
I know,
who
and
it
I'm
is.
very good at convincing myself of things that aren't true. So I'd be like, oh, that person sneezed, and then I would just like tell everyone that they're a traitor, and then we'd probably vote them out, and then they're not,
and then they're not, and then you'd be,
and
out
then
next
everyone
week.
would think that it was me. Yeah, I would suck at these. Then we meet 29-year-old Annabelle. She's a fan. She's listened to every podcast about the Traitors, so she's probably listening to this. Hey, girl. I was just, from the start, I was like, go off, queen.
Yeah. From her like little introduction video.
Yeah. And perfect person
Amazing.
to cast because there's also some celebs. So she fangirls over Luke Toki when he arrives. Then in the car we meet Sarah. She's a clinical psychotherapist. And it's the same editing as Survivor, where we kind of like, we're introduced to characters throughout the show, not all in the first episode. So you kind of can start to guess like who the main characters are through who's getting a little clip package. Sarah, it's weird we meet Sarah at the start. So she's the one, like, short hair, glasses, makes it to the end.
Right to the end.
Right to the
She's
end.
in the final
Never
four.
has a clue.
Yeah. She's
The whole
like-
time. Votes with Sam pretty much every fucking time. Like, so interesting that we're meeting her now.
She's a sheep the
Yeah.
whole time.
There's this PT influencer guy, Elias.
The big
Have you
muscle
seen his?
guy?
Did I send you his Insta? It's just pics of his ass.
Oh, wow.
It's amazing. I'll show you
Amazing.
later. It's just like huge booty and like manicured beard. I'm kind of obsessed.
What was his name again?
Elias. Something or other. Ash. So they introduced us to Ash. They're like, she's a celeb. I watch so much fucking reality shows. I've never heard of her.
I think she's one of those like news people that like
She's got to be on Channel 7 or something.
I
That's
think
why I don't
I
know
think
her.
she's on like one of those morning shows
Oh.
that are on at like 10 a.m. maybe. And
They said she was
a-
like My Kitchen Rules or something like that. Anyway, she annoyed me from the start.
yeah, she was a lot. She was really high energy, but in
yes.
like with a twinge of like an annoying. I just couldn't pick why, but
Yeah.
she was just annoying.
Then we get the round table. Roger chooses the Traitors, and it's Sam, Blake, and Ash. So one celeb and two normies. What did you think of the choice by production?
I think the choice of Blake was wrong
I agree.
because he had no personality.
Yeah.
And he didn't do anything, and he had so many opportunities to do things in the end, and he just didn't. So I think that was a bit of a fail. He probably came across a bit different in interviews and stuff prior, but I think,
agree. He introduces himself to us as a dead set hipster. He loves a board game, loves a craft beer, and he lives in Brunswick. I was like, oh no, honey.
Yeah. And I was like, is hipster another name for loser now?
Yeah.
Like, is that what we're calling losers?
Like, I actually think he's
No,
he's actually like a cute,
I love
kind of
board games.
cuddly bear. I'm kind of like think he could have been great, but unfortunately, there was just this bully dynamic between him and Sam, and it was fucking uncomfortable to watch.
It was, and I guess being next to Sam and he was just so intense, and it just kind of overpowered everyone.
Totally.
He overpowered the whole room
From the start.
from the whole thing.
And I feel like similar is happening at the moment on the UK one with Paul. So he's the ginger guy.
Yes.
They've chosen him as a traitor at the start. He's got the whole fucking house wrapped around his little finger. One guy's like onto him, and he's already like sat this guy down and pretty much been like, don't fucking go for me. And this person's like, okay.
Yeah, wow.
It's like, whoa, mate. Yeah. So there's some people that's their strategy. It's kind of like they use their charisma and their like popularity to kind of bulldoze the opinion of the group. It's a lot. It's a risky strategy, but with the right group of sheep or dum-dums,
Exactly.
it works.
But it'll get to like a half point way in that UK season, and then they'll start thinking, they'll be like,
I reckon they're onto it.
Because it was like episode 1, I think they were all like, we all love Paul.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
He's too
if you're already
popular.
saying that,
Yeah,
they're going to have to start questioning it soon.
I know, and I should distinguish, like, I don't actually think Paul is like Sam. I think Paul is actually really likable, so that is in his favour.
Yeah, Paul is likable.
People didn't... That's the thing, I'm like, did people like Sam? Or did they just do... Like, Liam, obviously... So we meet Liam, who's the cute, dumb tradie.
Of course, he was very cute and very dumb.
So cute and so dumb. And they even gave him this horrible edit where it was like him being like, oh, people think I'm dumb because I'm a tradie. And the music's like, doo, 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 doo. He's like, but sometimes you got to check like if the PowerPoint's like on, or sometimes you got to check if it's off. It's like, oh.
I watched the little bit,
Yeah.
his introduction video,
Yes.
and it's like him with the electrician, and he's like, what do I do with this? And he points to some like little machine, and he's like, oh, but I'm actually really good at figuring out bullshit, so you better watch out.
They stitched him up with that so bad. Like, I can just see the producers, they're like, yeah, just like, tell us about being a tradie. And he's like, oh, baby. Poor baby.
I remember everyone gooning over him
Yeah, he was hot.
while it was playing.
Yeah.
Even though he's really little and short. I saw him like standing
Oh,
next
in
to
the
everyone
lineup.
else
Yeah.
in the lineup, and I was like, oh, I didn't
That
realize
makes sense now why he was so willing to go along with Sam. Because I feel like in every like bro friendship group, there's like the little one that just kind of goes along with everyone else.
Yeah.
So the missions, we're not really going to go into the missions on this because
Yeah.
they're not that great and we don't have time. But the first one is the Trojan Horse one. I think they look good. The one thing I do think that the Australian franchise has over all of them is the tracksuits.
Yes.
The tracksuits are fucking sick.
Love the red tracksuits.
So good. They're like
And the blue
actual
ones.
Adidas tracksuits.
Yeah.
So good. Did we also
production
start...
value of that is like
great.
great.
Did we start the teams thing as well? I feel like there was no teams before. Or am I made that up?
Maybe. I think they did in some challenges and some
yeah,
and some
because
not.
now in the US and the UK one, they're doing teams.
Yeah.
But they're wearing like kind of like plaid shirts, which
Yeah.
are pretty cheap. So,
But I do like in the addition in the UK where they've changed the shields.
Love that.
And it's kind of changed the dynamic of the challenge.
Yeah, and you actually want to watch the missions now because you're like, oh, someone's going to get a shield.
Because I won't lie, I was skipping these challenges.
100%. I skipped them the whole time.
It was like 12 or 13 minutes was like the exact time length that they edit these down to. So
Yeah.
I remember I was like, skip award.
There's no
13
stakes.
minutes.
Like there's no...
Yeah.
They just win. Yeah, cool. They win the money. Great. But then like there's no sabotage opportunity from the traders.
Yeah.
It's boring. So I'm glad they've like fixed that in the UK one. Red team wins. They get to go to the armory. So I hate the armory as well because it's like it doesn't play out well on screen because they just decide, oh, we're not going to tell anyone who gets the shield, so like we're all safe. It's like,
Yeah.
okay, well that makes it boring. So I don't know. Anyway, then we meet Roha, who I fucking love. So the fashion girly of the season.
Yes, in the Balenciaga.
Yes, Roha's great. He's like, his biggest concern is that he's not going to make it past Ep1 and he's packed all these amazing outfits. He's like, I don't want to be remembered for this blue shirt. And I was like, you are great. Elias has heat on him already from some people for being a traitor, and Sam's living makes his job very easy. First murder, breakfast starts, Annabelle walks in her iconic pink chiffon dressing gown. Elias is pissed about being targeted. It's Payden, which is not a name, accusing him. And Hannah, this is so funny, Hannah comes in and she's like, sorry, who's missing? Like she has no idea what's going on. So the murder, it's between Sarah, Payden, and Angelica. Sarah and Payden walk in and Angelica's dead. Boy, girl.
On that note, it was the same in season 1.
Yeah.
And it was the same in the UK and US one. Wouldn't every episode when they get to the breakfast the next morning, the final 3 people are always the 3 people the traders were considering the night before.
Yeah.
So like if you were the second last person to walk in, wouldn't you already know that, oh fuck, the traders are...
We were discussing this last night. It's actually a bit of a flaw in the gameplay because if you'd watched a lot of it, like our Queen Annabelle had, you could pretty much use that information as a process of elimination to figure out who like it confirms you as faithful.
Yeah.
If you come in second last.
Yeah.
Like they need to fix that.
I was watching
because now it's been on TV for a while.
The first season it was fine because
no one had seen it.
No one had seen the show. Yeah. But now that it's like it's
even
2
then,
seasons
some
now.
people had seen like international versions, and I think each new production hadn't factored that in.
Yeah.
There are a few little things like this that I think aren't fair / not fair is not the right word, just are a bit unclear. So the other thing is like the number of traders. So the faithful never get told how many traders there are, do they?
No.
That I think is a bit of a problem. because they could just change. I don't know. To me, it feels.
It needs to be like that. So when it gets to the end,
true.
Like,
of course.
Otherwise, they'll know exactly. If they know that there's 3 traitors and they get 3 out, then they know exactly. And then you won't get like.
It just seems so hard. It seems like such a difficult task.
Yeah.
Even just with the anyway. I know there's a few little things with the rules where I'm still not quite like
the end of season 1. We wouldn't have got her winning because
I guess it's the same
she
in Survivor.
everyone.
In Survivor, like they change it sometimes. Like some years it's like, oh, it's a final 3, and some years it's like a final 2, and it's a little bit like, come on, you got to tell everyone the rules of the game.
Yeah.
At the start, but I guess it's fucking TV. We digress. First banishment. 19 people at the round table. Roger goes, 19 people? That's 19 future podcasts that we didn't ask for. And I was like, wow, ouch. Sarah accidentally said murder at one point, and they all the traitors pounce on it. Ash and Sarah get into this great argument about it, and Sarah's kind of scrambling. Elias throws Guyton under the bus. He's like, guys, he's an actor. He's an actual actor. He's had acting training. And then Guyton's like, I've won awards.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh.
Him going on this show does not paint a good light
but
for
good.
him.
I thought that was a good strategy. I would throw an actor under the bus too. I'd be like, hey, there's someone here that is professional at playing a character.
This first banishment would be so hard.
Yeah.
You just have no idea. You don't have anything to go off.
Exactly. There's a few Sarah and Payton votes, but ultimately it's Corinne who's banished first. And it's because everyone claims that she wasn't helpful in finding a traitor. Then we find out she's faithful, which is not a good start for this group. Then it's murder time. So we don't know. I like the format. I like how we don't know who's coming back. So it kind of keeps you.
Yeah,
the cliffhanger is clever.
You got to watch the next episode to see who makes it to breakfast.
And it's kind of the genius part of the format because you get the banishment, which is satisfying, and then the murder, which is even more satisfying. So episode 2 starts with Brecky. This is where we meet Camille for the first time. So she's a retired federal agent, and she's like, I'm going to be good at looking for the traitors. It's like, okay. When we meet Paul, who's the sexiest fuck guy that got eaten by a shark in Sydney Harbour.
Oh my God, yes, that storyline, I remember.
And I love, there's nothing more Australian than casting someone that's like, so have you guys heard about the guy that got eaten by a shark in Sydney Harbour? And they're like, yeah. And he's like, yeah, that's me.
That's me.
It's like, oh my God. International viewers are watching this and they're like, sorry? Yeah. But yeah, Daddy Paul. Sarah and Hannah are safe. Sarah's got some chunky earrings, Northcote mum vibes.
Yes, Gorman.
and the very Gorman mum. Then we get Blake. This is when Blake comes in the like Hamburglar grimace, purple and black jumper. Everyone's like, oh, he looks like the Hamburger. And I'm like, he really does. Which is also quite funny because it also looks like a burglar emoji or something. And he's like trying to pretend he's faithful. It's like, oh, Blake.
They all look like they're having, every breakfast, they all look like they're having so much fun because they would have been in bed all night by themselves. Freaking out. And they all get together and they all just look like they're having fun in the morning.
Yeah. Then poor baby thirst trap Elias gets murdered.
Yes.
I was sad about that. I wanted more.
It's sad when it's sad when the hot ones get murdered.
I know.
Oh, and something they don't do in the Australian one is they don't do an exit video.
And they also don't show you them reading.
Yeah, they're like, I got murdered.
It
oh,
drives
damn.
me insane.
It's actually a great thing in the UK one.
Yeah,
because you get to see them like if they're happy or if they're sad. Some people are like really upset.
It's insane that we don't get it, and it's like
it's such a good bit of TV.
Some of the episodes go for like an hour.
It's like 30 seconds.
I know.
Less.
It's so annoying I don't get that.
That needs to be in there.
Yeah. Season 3, if it comes back, we need that. All right, there's a mission. It's called Pyramid Scheme. The red team wins. There's still heat on Guyton because of the actor comment that Elias made.
They're clearly just drawing at straws.
I know, but it's clever because I would think this too, because Elias said it's Guyton, and then he gets murdered. So I also would be like, oh, it's Guyton. He tries to deflect by throwing in Luke's name. He's like, Luke's, everyone loves Luke. And it's not enough. And Guyton gets banished with 15 votes.
Oh, wow.
Ouch.
It was that many.
It's a high number of votes. This is when he coins the term dum-dums.
Yes.
Turns around and goes, you're all dum-dums.
Because they are. They're all following each other.
Exactly.
None of them are having an opinion of their own.
There should never be 15 votes on one person. That's wild.
Yeah.
Like, come on, guys.
That's really bad.
The traitors then discuss their murder. They've decided it's going to be Peyton or Paul. And when I say they, it's Sam.
Yeah.
Is just calling the shots. And Blake's like, pretty much like, okay.
Yeah.
Same with Ash. It's like, because she's still around at this point, and it's like, yeah.
While the show's airing, we get the little confessionals from Sam and things. So it kind of like, it reinforces the fact that he is kind of running the show.
Totally.
But he actually was running the show. Like, it's not just this like editing trick
No.
to make it seem like he's running the show.
Yeah.
He was.
And then they would have
Every
been
decision-
gassing him up, getting him all cocky, because he was so cocky in the confessionals,
Yeah.
which didn't kind of do him any favours.
Yeah, because he was so cocky, you started to hate him.
Totally. But he was objectively playing a good game.
He
It's
was,
such a tough
yeah.
one. We meet Roha, who's 26, works in luxury retail. Go off queen, fashion is her life. He's not into flip-flops or jandals. And he's sus on Daddy Paul. So I'm like, okay.
Yep.
Sam's telling us his strategy, which is to take out Ash. Already, so this is like, what's this? This is episode 3. And Sam's like, I'm going to take out Ash. So he's already turning on another traitor. It is a good strategy.
Yeah.
But why do you think he wants to do it so soon?
Because it is, I was reflecting on it, because he got Ash out at the beginning. It's the reason he stayed till the very end.
It's true.
Because it made everyone in that room be like, Sam is the
Yeah.
one that pushed for this person to get banished and was a traitor. So Sam's obviously faithful, and that stayed,
worked.
and that stayed with him for the rest of the season.
Yeah.
Because as it goes on, they just get dumber and dumber, and you're like, how are you not voting out Sam?
Oh, I've never screamed at a TV screen more in my life than watching this show. I'm like,
wild.
especially at Hannah. Hannah,
What the hell are you
and then they all figure it out way too late, but we'll get there.
Yeah.
Hayden is murdered. And thank fuck, because what is that name? That's not a real name, Hayden.
It sounds like the god that they worship in that in the movie Hereditary.
Hayden. Roger makes a dig at him being a graphic designer. He's like, well, that's one less graphic designer. And he reiterates that they are dum-dums. There's a challenge. It's called Church Match. The blue team wins and Liam gets a shield. And this is when Sam starts his full-on takedown of Ash by spreading her name around. And yeah, it was genius. The other genius part of it is that on this particular season in this group, I found that whenever particularly a woman would sort of speak up at the round table and have an opinion, they would all just immediately banish her. Like it happened to Annabelle as well. And I'm not going to it felt a little bit not cute.
Yeah.
It was like, oh,
And I think
she's a bit loud. Must be like,
Yeah.
come on, Australian television.
And I think it happened in the UK one as well with the first kill of the season.
Yeah.
There was the like Queenie
The lady
camp,
with no hand.
the older camp guy. No, in the newest season.
Aubrey, the
Yeah.
little dandy.
And I was like,
Yeah.
someone being in a room full of normies, if you have one little crumb
of otherness
of anything else.
It happens on US with Peppermint as well.
Yeah.
And it's hard to watch.
Yeah.
As a queer person, it's like, wow, okay, there's a black trans woman in the room.
Yeah.
Look, and she does fuck up her game a little bit, but still, it does. It you can't help but view it in that lens when you're
Yeah.
like, there's this room full of like predominantly straight people, and then they're just like, oh, you're a bit different.
Yeah, they don't.
See
I don't
ya.
have anything else to go off.
Yeah,
You're
that's the
you're different to me, so you must be the traitor.
Totally.
It's
and
like,
it's kind of a pitfall with the show because you do end up with some boring people at the end usually.
Yes.
Unless you're good at playing
Blake.
the game. Yes, Blake. So Blake is shocked that Sam's going down this route already with putting Ash out there. And I'm like, yes, Blake, this is a red flag. Like, if he can turn on her in episode 3, he will fucking turn on you.
He can turn on
and
you.
he will.
Yeah.
And everyone else. So Ash is actually good. She's gunning right back at Sam. And fair, I would do the same. It's a very Game on Moles moment because she catches wind that it's happening. And she's like, well, I'm going to fucking go for Sam. At the banishment, Sam names and shames Ash's plan to blindside Hannah, and she gets really flustered. And this was genius because she had no idea that this was going to happen. She wasn't prepared with a lie. And when you're a traitor, you'd already have to stack your brain with all these lies.
Yeah.
But if you weren't expecting something like that to come out, you'd be like, fuck, she's not successful and she's banished with 8 votes.
It was very good to watch when she really just riled up.
Yeah.
And Sam just kept it really cool and calm and next to... Because I think they were all coming for Sam as well. Sam's name was getting mentioned as well.
Yeah.
And he deflected his name so well and put it onto Ash.
Yeah.
Because she just got too loud.
Ash makes a very foreshadowing statement on her way home, which is that Sam will be his own undoing. And I was like, T. At the murder tower, they don't want to recruit because, surprise, surprise, Sam is selfish and he's playing a long game for himself and he doesn't want to have to have any other traitors. So they discuss banishing Paul or Simone. Episode 4, at the brekkie, Sam's plan worked and everyone thinks he's faithful because he voted for Ash. So they've already he's given himself this traitor hunter title.
The sheriff.
Oh my God, don't even with the sheriff. When they give him, when they give him that hat later on,
my God.
do you feel like production just ran off to the shop and bought that hat and hey mate, they love this on Channel 10. It's like the Joker and the Batman and the sheriff. It's like,
they're like, I can put this on a billboard while the show's airing.
Totally. The sheriff. So Blake is second guessing whether they should have recruited instead, which I'm like, yeah, might have been a good idea. They murdered Daddy Paul. And then I'm like, this is homophobia. It's just like all of the hotties / queeros get murdered.
Yeah, like, I don't want to look at you, Sam. Leave
No.
some hotties.
Leave? Anyway. He was in my shot. Liam is such a dumb cutie. The way that he's just like, Sam is 100% trustworthy. Like, don't say things like that on camera.
No one is 100% trustworthy.
Exactly.
No one in life.
Exactly.
Let alone
this fucking game. This is when we get his little cheeky edit where they're like, he's an apprentice electrician. And it's like, wait, is the PowerPoint on?
Yeah.
We get a mission, blah, blah. Liam wins the first public shield. So this is where they do like a shield mission where they all have to compete.
That's right.
After the main mission to see wins it. So I like the shield missions. They were kind of cute, but it did just, it made the episode even more mission-y.
Yeah, and it was too long for a little payoff.
Totally.
Because the shield really didn't matter too much.
No. At the round table, Annabelle fully uncovers Sam's plan. Unfortunately, because she's very vocal about it. And I think this is probably her downfall, was that she kind of broadcasts all this and maybe she could have picked a few allies to soundboard it with first or something. Like, look, I don't know.
She was just bouncing it off.
She was literally just like, here we go. She's sus on the Ash vote, but no one listens. It's because she's playing with dum-dums. Ian is banished at this point. I mean, there's another queer.
Now that I'm thinking about it, I actually think Annabelle caught on to Sam was because if Annabelle was on the show and she was going to be a traitor, that's probably what she was planning to do, was get rid of one of the traitors straight away.
She would have
show dominance.
But if Annabelle did it, we'd all be like, yes.
Yeah, but I think that's what made her sus.
But when Sam does it, it's like,
she would have
this guy.
Yeah, she would have thought about the strategy because it is the best strategy. So
true.
It makes,
You're right.
It makes sense
she's
why. Yeah, she's thinking it through. queening out the whole time.
Queen's gonna queen. Annabelle's annoyed that she couldn't get Sam out because she didn't have the numbers. But she's fucking spot on with him, and I love it. So yeah, I wish she had smarter people there to play with. At Murder Tower, they still don't recruit. Luke and Roha are up for murder discussion. And then episode 5 starts with the brekkie and Annabelle's first into brekkie, and she's like, first dibs on the hash browns. I was like, iconic moment from the Queen. Then Roha is murdered, and it's like back-to-back like POC queer characters just falling like flies.
I know.
Fuck off.
It's so sad. I was really sad when Rohan left. I was like, I didn't see all of their looks.
The look, there could have been like, imagine the finale look.
Yeah.
Oh, it would have been like a train.
The eleganza.
Exactly. Blake ends up with the shield later on. Annabelle figures out, spot on, that Sam is going to stab Blake in the back next. The fact that she's figured out not just Sam, but Blake, I'm like, wow. Such a queen. She goes, once you figured it out, it's so obvious. She's very sus because of Blake's fake reaction to them getting Ian wrong. So when Ian revealed that he was faithful, Blake was like, oh my God, like really bad reaction. So she's actually using her fucking wits.
She was really onto it.
So onto it. No one listens though. Annabelle tries to recruit Simone, but she's not buying it. Simone didn't add much to this show. I don't think she was well cast. Sorry, girl.
Red hair?
Yeah. They may all fucking turn on Annabelle. This is so hard to watch. Like, this is
it is,
screaming moment.
Annabelle is so likable.
Yes.
And you're rooting for her because she's figured it out. And you're just like, hell yeah, you're going to get this like cunt off my television because you just want Sam to not be there.
I know.
And Annabelle's like all over it, and you're like, yes.
And it would have been great if they had listened to her and got Sam out. Like, that would have been amazing. Yeah. But then what happens as well is like equally as amazing in a different way.
Yeah.
I was mostly annoyed at Hannah at this point because they could have been a great team. But for some reason, Hannah doesn't sort of vibe with Annabelle or something. I don't know. She didn't believe her. And I'm screaming at the TV like, Hannah, listen to Annabelle. She's figured it out. My fave line, though, when she's defending herself against the banishment is she's like, guys, I'm toxically this annoying in real life. It's not an act.
It's not an act. So
Dead.
Good. Yeah, I think Hannah was like paying more attention to like, she was like spending the time, just having a good time with the people that she liked in the room.
Yeah.
And she wasn't actually properly thinking about her game or the play.
Totally.
She was just like, I'm having a good time.
I think good time, paycheck, perhaps.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I'm still here.
Not a good one for the game shows. Sam manipulates the whole situation, turns it around. Once again, dummy dum-dums. Feels.
It was actually like, I was in shock again. Like, how has Sam done it?
Done this, yeah.
Like, every episode again after from Annabelle onwards, after Annabelle's vanished.
This is the turning point.
It's like the downhill. That's when people, I think, were like checking out because it was just like these people are so dumb.
So dumb. Yeah. Then at Murder Tower, Blake finally confronts Sam about turning on him, and it's spicy. This is when it's cringe as fuck. Like, the way that they talk to each other it's not nice, and it's not. I don't know. I found it really hard because like Sam's got this kind of bully energy towards Blake, and then Blake kind of doesn't really stand up for himself. But then every now and then he gets annoyed. He doesn't address it properly. I don't know. He
stands up, says a couple things, but it doesn't hit because Sam's so overbearing and overpowering of the whole situation in that Traitors Towers or whatever it's called.
And then when he tries to go for Sam at one point, he doesn't have the numbers and he misses. And it's just like, fuck. It's like, once you've done that, like, mate, you're fucked. But anyway, episode 6 starts.
They still haven't. They've murdered someone, right?
Oh yeah, so
they have the option to recruit or murder. At the end of the last episode,
this is where at the murder moment, Sam is still gagging to get rid of Luke.
Yes.
because he knows that he's onto him. But Blake isn't sold. That's kind of where it ends. Then episode 6 starts with Hannah not at all being regretful for murdering Annabelle. So I was like, okay.
Oh.
She's like, yeah, we learned so much from that. I'm like, did you? What did you learn, Hannah? And how are you going to implement these learnings? She said she now knows that Luke is a traitor. So this is hilarious because we're getting this clip before breakfast and Luke is murdered. Like, Luke doesn't walk in, but she's like, Luke's definitely a traitor. And then there's no Luke. So you're just like, oh my God, Hannah, like, smell the coffee. Then we meet Simone for the first time and she's a wrestler, which I'm like, what? That's kind of cool. Where's this? But like, we did not see, I'm sure she's got a personality somewhere. We didn't see it on the show.
Yeah, the Australian version has this like weird thing where they like do these like little intro videos.
It's the Survivor format. It's the same way they do it in Survivor. Like, it'll be like episode 20 and they're like,
and you're getting introduced to
I'm
someone.
John.
Yeah.
And you're like, yeah, you've been here the whole time.
Yeah.
And you get their clip package and then, you know, they go.
And these clip packages are like a minute and a half.
Yeah.
But
they're full, like, they go to their house and shit.
Yeah.
They film,
The UK one, you introduce to everyone in the first episode. They do an intro for like 5, 10 seconds, 15 seconds.
Very quick ones.
A very quick one. And you get to know the whole table from the very beginning. I find it so frustrating watching a show and seeing these people around and not knowing their story.
I actually quite like the way they do it. I think they stretch it out too long and it makes it too obvious that the character, something's going to happen to that character.
Yeah.
But besides that, I actually don't mind it. Channel 10 do that on all their shows. They even do it on MasterChef. You'll be like, it's like the MasterChef finale and you're like, who the fuck is her? And she's like, hey, I'm Janelle.
Yeah.
I'm the
Here's my
cake
intro
queen.
video.
I've got 1 million cake followers on Instagram. And you're like, what?
Yeah.
You've been standing in the background. But it's if you want to make it on these shows, you got to fucking you got to
put your voice
be
forward.
A star. Hannah finally starts to see that Sam is a traitor. But Camille doesn't want Luke and Annabelle's work to go undone. So they're this is where you kind of like, there's a glimmer of hope. They're finally gunning for Sam. They're gonna fucking get him. Then Sam wins a fucking shield. Which is like, fine. You can still get banished when you have a shield, but it's kind of like the irony. At the banishment, Sam miraculously talks the dum-dums into voting Simone, who we've just met.
And the voting gets really close on that.
Yes.
It was like one vote off or something.
Yeah,
he
really
just
close.
Gets through.
This is another spicy round table. So she's revealed to be faithful. Liam and Keith were the ones that fucked it up. So Liam just blindly will do anything Sam wants, and Keith is the older guy. He's kind of there just having a good time. Sam goads Simone. He's like, why are you not a traitor? Why are you not a traitor? Which is like childish, but seems to work with this group. Every time a woman speaks up on this season at the round table, the dummies vote her out. And this is another example of it.
But then after she got eliminated, it was like even more obvious that Sam is the traitor.
So obvious. And I mean, I know we're watching it and we know, but still, like, it's fucking obvious. Blake, this is where Blake takes his shot at Sam and misses.
Yes.
And so after the vote,
it was really cringe.
So cringe. After the vote, Sam gets so aggressive to Blake. He's like, Blake, in front of everyone.
What the fuck was
Why
that?
the fuck did you write my name down? Such a bulldog. Emotional, and I didn't think it was good gameplay. Obviously, he still fucking makes it to the end, but I thought that was a bad gameplay moment. You still, like, it's a game, but you still need people to like you and, like, you know.
Yeah.
Anyway, Sam, of course, has a plan. They must recruit now. So he's already figured out that they're going to pick Camille. Like, obviously has no say in this. He has to pick Camille because she's gunning for him. And she's made that clear. This was actually, like, hats off. I thought this was well played. Because, you know, they're being forced to recruit.
Yeah.
It's forced his hand. He's like, it's Camille. Episode 7, Camille's recruited. And at this point, you're just like, fucking hell. Like, truly, we're done for.
Yeah.
Faithfuls are done for at this point. She's shocked. She's like, you got to be joking me when she gets the letter. But she says she doesn't have a choice, really. And she goes up. She accepts. At Brekkie, no one's been murdered. Liam goes, I figured it out. It's Keith.
Who just got...
And you're like, what? No, Keith's still there. But like Liam's
okay,
like,
yeah.
I've got it. I know who it is now.
Oh, he just randomly comes up
and
with...
just, it's Keith. And you're like,
Oh, God.
oh, Liam, honey.
Poor baby.
They do a flashback to Camille joining the Traitors at the murder tower. And she's into it. She's kind of like...
She's excited to join. She's excited.
She applauds them for their work so far because she's, says they're doing a great job. Then Hannah makes this line. This is such a fucking iconic line. Hannah's like, I'm just bumbling along trying to look cute and murdering faithfuls. And I was like, never change.
Yeah.
Girl.
Like, try a little bit harder, babe. Just a little bit.
Sam walks in wearing a cowboy hat, wearing the shield around his neck.
Yes.
Pew, pew. They do a mission, captive rescue. There's a shield mission where they throw axes and Keith wins. Sam leverages Liam's suspicion of Keith and rallies the numbers to have him banished. Which again, I'm just like, fucking hell. Every single week, he finds a way to exploit some tiny whisper into getting the heat off his back. It's masterful.
It is. But then I don't think it'll work in seasons to come because whatever you do in this season, everyone's going to watch it and then know that
totally
that's a gameplay or that like...
Totally. I also hope they never cast as many people that just like aren't into it as this group.
Yeah.
Like they needed more thirsty game players, I think.
People that really love strategy.
Yeah. To make it spicy.
Really into it. They just, there was a lot of people just like not really caring. They were just happy to be there.
At this round table, so Hannah figures it out. She's finally like, it's Sam. And I'm like, honey, too late.
Yeah.
That, like, you don't even have like numbers anymore because everyone's been picked off. Gloria also names Blake and Sam as traitors at this point. And I'm like, go off, sis.
That's right. Gloria's there the whole time making the wrong choices.
We meet Gloria in like episode 8. She has good advice though. She says, vote for someone who you think is a traitor rather than going with the numbers. And that is the problem with these group of faithfuls. They all were sheep. They all went along. It was like they thought it was Survivor or something and they needed like
a group
consensus.
To go.
But you don't. Like you just need just enough people to figure it out to get them out. So,
and I think that's why it got a bit boring as well because it was like everyone's just voting the same people. So it was like there was no like down to the wire. It's one vote to one vote. Who's it going to be?
Yeah. Bah.
Yeah.
Keith is banished with 5 votes. Like, what? Not even close. Camille is now fully on board with Team Traitor.
And the numbers are out.
Yeah. We don't get any deliberation for the murder, but episode 8 starts with Brekkie. Liam is so happy that Sam's still there. He's like, oh, my best mate Sam's still here. It's the best day of my life. I'm like, facepalm. And Hannah's murdered. Bye, girl.
Oh, and yeah, exactly. I wanted to see her little exit video.
Yeah,
I wanted
that
to see
would have
what
been hilarious.
That would have been so good.
Or maybe they got it and they cut it out because it was just her going, oh, yeah, cool. Thanks.
Yeah,
like,
maybe.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't think she'd be that Devo. I think she'd be happy
no,
to go
but
home to her
she would have said something
baby.
funny.
True. Camille does well to gaslight Gloria and Sarah while Blake and Sam manage Liam. So they kind of like divide and conquer now. They've got everyone fooled. There's only 3 faithful left, and this is episode 8. So back to that trivia moment before. This effectively means that if they don't fuck it up this time, they're a shoo-in. Like they've got it.
Yeah.
Mission. Camille's weighing up if a Sam blindside with Blake is possible because they kind of both don't trust him.
Yeah.
Because obviously.
Which they should have
done.
It would have been such good television
How cool
as well.
would the story been where like Camille and Blake like turn on Sam and then they win?
Yeah.
I would have loved that.
Yeah.
Camille goes to convince Sarah of the blindside plan, but Sam smells a rat and panics. At the round table, what the fuck? Last minute, they all end up going for Gloria. And this is weird editing too, because you're like, sorry, what?
Yeah. the editing the whole season. I remember they'd be talking in the afternoon.
Yeah.
There'd be all the conversations that you're watching and stuff, and you see them all talk about, it's Sam. We're going to vote for Sam, and it's edited. And you're like, they're gonna get him.
like,
They're gonna get him. And then they get to the round table, and
they're like, Gloria is a witch. Burn her at the stake.
And then they're all just voting at all the other people, and you're like, what are you doing?
And that's the thing. They were so swayed by someone just getting flustered at the round table. I mean, the round table is a stressful situation for faithfuls and traitors. Like, you can't. That's not evidence. Like, evidence is someone's fake reaction or the way someone's voting, like if you notice people are strangely aligned that shouldn't be, things like that. Like, that's what I would be looking for, not just like someone getting a little bit uncomfortable. Yeah, they're also on camera, and a lot of these people aren't comfortable being on camera.
And that's, I think that's a big thing with Australian reality TV is a lot of people aren't comfortable.
Yes,
in front of a camera.
True, because we're not as like
it's not in our culture to be
like sassy and confident. Yeah, true. Then, so fucking Gloria gets banished, which is insane. Then we learn there's no murder. And Liam's like, no more Mr. Nice Liam. And it's like, honey, it's the last episode. It's too late. You've been duped,
You're so outnumbered, my dude.
At 9. This episode is... wow.
Yeah.
This needs to be in a museum somewhere. It's so crazy. So we go into the episode with majority traitors. And you're just watching it. It's like, wow. They can't lose. The final round table is really hard to watch because Liam is like, Sam, you're a traitor. And it's like, cool. And you haven't got numbers to get him out. So sorry. Sarah has no clue and votes with the traitors.
It's very funny watching Sam's face during this moment because he's holding back laughter.
Yes.
The whole time.
I know.
You can just see the laughter he's holding back.
I wonder if Sam and Liam are mates now. Probably not.
Maybe. Yeah. I don't know.
So by Sarah. By Liam. The 3 traitors take out Liam with Sarah's help, and then we get to go to the final. Yeah. The dilemma.
And Sarah gets really emotional in that final.
She's like, oh my God, I've made it. She thinks she's there with like predominantly faithfuls.
And she thinks she's got it too.
Yeah. Yeah.
When they get, and Liam, they're like, she's like, I've got Liam. And then he's like, I'm faithful. And she's like, I'm.
And as the audience, we know she's gone. Yeah. So there's no suspense here. See you later. She's clueless. She's out first. And then Roger goes, all right, guys, this is a first for the franchise. You now have the Traitors Dilemma. You need to, and the music is like, and I'm there like, what the fuck is going to happen? Then, of course, they're all like, we're going to share. Yeah, because they've discussed this already. And they're like, we're all going to share. Cool. Sam's little smirk is like, yeah, guys.
Of course we're going to share.
Remember me? I'm just good old sheriff.
Oh, of course.
I'm real into sharing. And he goes, 100%. 100%. Yeah. Let's stick with it. 100%. 100% with his little fucking face. He goes full integrity. Full integrity, guys.
Sam he has like frog eyes.
Yeah.
Big eyes. Chameleon frog eyes. I don't know.
He goes first and it's still. So then Roger goes, all right, well, sharing it 3 ways is now off the table. So Blake is next. Still. Which means that if Camille chooses share, then the boys split it and they've won. Which is what they think has happened.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry, but there is huge undertones of misogyny here. They're like, we've picked this lady to come along with us and she hasn't been there the whole way. So of course she's going to just like go along with it and give us the money. Like, in what universe, Sam, does that happen? Like, I love he thinks that like he's the only one game playing and everyone else is like a prop around him. Like, actually kind of scary behavior. But anyway.
And then the
gag of
the Camille creates a motherquake of the highest magnitude on the cunt scale.
Mother reveals that she's gonna and fuck, it's so good. Like, this is, and the editing's great here. So she reveals that she's also done still, and the boys' faces are like, so Blake just immediately starts crying.
Yeah.
Sam's like, no. Sam turns into a 3-year-old
Yeah.
and pretty much starts having a full-blown tantrum.
It's amazing to watch.
Yeah.
You're
He's
like,
"Ugh."
suck
He's
shit,
like,
you little
why
piece
didn't
of
I've got some
shit."
lights. So Blake starts crying. He tries to full gaslight her as well. He goes, I deserved it. And then she kind of hands him his ass. Like she's like,
wouldn't you see that we did
Yeah.
all the work? Wouldn't you just hand us the money?
wouldn't you just give
Wouldn't
it
you
to
just
us?
do it to her? Wouldn't
And she
you
goes,
just do that?
she goes, you're a liar and you have no loyalty.
Yeah.
See? He keeps going. Like he just keeps going. He's like, we worked so hard and we were so smart. Come on, like it's fair play to the boys. You should have just like given fair play to the boys. I'm like, Sam, clearly that's how most of your life has gone.
Yeah.
Fair play to the boys till now. And I just got so much schadenfreude satisfaction from the rug being pulled out from under him. It's
Yeah.
like, this is not how the world works, mate.
It was so good.
Yeah.
Because they genuinely really thought she was going to write Cher.
Yeah.
And
I'm
it was
so
like-
glad she did it.
It was so obvious. Like, if you were her, why would you
Yeah.
not? If you're a traitor in any season in that same situation, why would you write Cher?
Exactly.
You're gonna lose. Someone's always gonna write Steele.
Exactly.
And if you all write Steele, you get nothing. And then it's kind of a flaw, actually. I think maybe.
But it played out so well.
For this season, it worked so well.
She goes, it's the game. That's the game. These are the rules. And then Sam goes, that's what a rich person says. And it's like, oh, okay.
That's
so
right.
now you've got some moral compass. Now you've got some ethics.
Yeah, but he's probably some rich boy from Sydney.
Well,
or
yeah,
he's probably
he's
not.
not exactly
He's probably
poor.
not. Yeah.
And then Roger closes out the show by saying, well, that was our wicked game.
Yeah. You beat 17 other people.
Exactly.
You've got that under your belt.
And I like that. He sort of goes, look, you've won the show, but
Yeah.
you're not getting any cash because you fucked it up. And yeah, look, my final thoughts on this are huge life lessons here for both Blake and Sam. I think Blake needs to fucking like stop being such a sheep and be more assertive. I think Sam needs to clearly like not be such a wanker. And yeah, maybe treat women with a little bit more respect as well.
Yeah.
But that goes to the whole cast. I just could not believe there were so many moments in this show where I was watching it. I was like, wow, you really are just underestimating and demonizing women for having opinions. And if they didn't do that, they would have won.
And it's obvious how when the men stand up to the women and go, you're a traitor because you're speaking up. And it's funny. It's like it's not funny, but it's just sad how the rest of the whole group just like follows that.
Yeah, it's interesting.
And they don't listen to the women. They still just listen to the men.
Watching the social dynamics of it, like who is taken seriously, who's respected, whose opinion is taken seriously, is so fascinating. It's my favorite part of this show.
Well, I think this show was based off the Werewolf game, I think.
Yeah, kind of.
Loosely.
Yeah.
And the Werewolf game was originally made as a sociological experiment by a Russian game scientist, or scientist, like a student or something. And it was to prove that an informed minority will always win over an uninformed majority.
There you go. I love that.
Well, not always, but they'll like...
Yes.
Yeah. And I'm like, yeah.
The dum-dums.
The dum-dums.
On that note, Jacob, thank you so much for
no
joining me.
worries.
We've solved all of the world's problems and torn this season to shreds. I still stand by that it's iconic and amazing.
It is.
Great
I loved
TV.
it. It was such a gag.
Yeah. And also 9 episodes. Love that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Love a short season.
Jacob, where can our listeners find you on the dark web?
You can find me at Jacobs with an S .jpg for JPEG. Jacobs.jpg on Insta.
She's all over it. All right. See you soon, babe.
Alrighty.
Bye. So fun to talk to Jacob about the Traitors this week. I'll be back as always next week to talk about yet another Australian reality show. Until then, make sure you subscribed in your feed so you don't miss an episode. Bye-bye.